All right. So another practical application of the resolution of forces units, that's the 2D and the 3D. Now we are tackling the equilibrium of 2D particles. Later we will look at the equilibrium of 3D particles. Then we move on to momentum couple. Then we say goodbye to forces. All right. So now let's look at equilibrium of another 2D equilibrium of another particles, 2D equilibrium of forces of another system or particles, right? Yes, the latter or the previous video too was on 2D, 2D where we had ropes and some weight balancing down there. Yes, I remember. So now let's try and just kill this one too. So very simple. Though it's more or less like a free body diagram. So what you do is you start to resolve. They are saying we should find F3 and theta to make what the system what gets to make the system what balance, to make the system balance. So that's basically what you are going to do. So it means that if this should be balanced, sigma fx should be zero, sigma fy should also be zero. So if we take sigma fs to be equals to zero, yes, so we take sigma fs to be equals to zero. How do you find sigma fx? You sum all the forces in the x. So F1 is going this way, so it means the component will be like this. Go right, go up, go and meet the resultant F1. So now I'll get uh I'll get from F1 I'll get F1x to be equals to 100 cos 30 degrees. Then from F2 from F2 from F2 to I'll get F2x, which will be equals to 200. So F22 is going like this. So the component will go like this. Go right, go down. So F2x, there is F1y, F1x, there is F2x, F2y. Then F3, look at how it's going. F3. So you go to the left, come up, come and meet it. So F3x here, F3y here. So F2x will be 200 cos what? Cos 25. Cos 25. And that is also positive. Then is that all? No. It's left with F3 because the forces are 3 and all of them have the S component. Yeah, we will sum all of them later. Then equate it to 0. So F3, let me make some partition. So F3 will be F3 cos theta. But you check the direction F3 is moving. You see, you go to the left, F3. You see how it's going. You go to the left, then come up. So you can't make the result out. So left means negative, right? Because here is positive, here is negative. Down means negative, top means positive. Don't forget, right means positive, left means negative. So let me bring my negative here. So now I'm done with the sigma fs. Now let's take sigma fy to be zero, sigma fy to be zero. So if we should take sigma fy to be zero, I'll develop another table here. So that one too from F1, from F1 we have F1y because we're not dealing with y. So y, so F1y to go up. You can see, you can even see it from here to go up. So it will be positive 100 sine what? Sine 30. Then F2 from F1. Right, so from F1, from this one, proceed. Alright, so from F2 to the F2Y, you see F2, where is it? F2, it will go like this, then come down, come and meet the force, right? So it will be negative. Coming down is negative. You can see from here. It's negative y. So it means F2 will be negative. It will be negative 200 sine 25 degrees. Then lastly from F3, that's the unknown force that we are looking for. It will be positive because it will go up. So F3 will be F3y, which will be F3 sine theta. The theta we want to look for. Yes. Will this work go there? No. What do I do? I create more pages. Then you can solve it well. So now, wait, where is the other one? Yes. So now, so now we are actually almost done. So now what we are coming to do is we are coming to fulfill what we said. So you take sigma fs to be 0. Now the fx, we've developed it for f1, f2, f3. So we take it to sum all of them. So fx, where are they? We have sigma fx equals 0. So it means that 100 cos 30, which is coming from here, plus 200 cos 20, cos 25, minus f3 cos theta should be equals to 0. So you arrange it to, it will be f3 cos theta to be equals to, it will be equals to minus 200 cos 25 minus 100 cos 30. So this is equation A. No always equation 1, equation A. Sometimes you need to change it. Then let's move on to sigma Fy. That one too we have for F1, F2, F3. So let's sum it up. So it will be 100, 100 is coming from here, sine 30, then minus this minus 200 sine 25, then lastly plus F3 sine theta. This should also be equal to 0 according to this preamble here. Alright, so if you arrange and make F3 sine theta the samplate, you get 200 sine 25 degrees minus 100 sine 30 minus 100 sine 30. So you ask yourself, this minus 200 cos 25, then that minus 100 cos 30, what does it give, or what value does it give? So you come, you punch it nicely, minus 200 the cos 25 minus 100 cos what? Cos 30, cos 30, punch it, cos 30. So you wait, the answer will be in. So we are saying the answer here is so it will mean that f3 can now cos theta be equals to, so I've punched this on the calculator and it's giving us negative 267.86. Of course, this is still our A. Then I'll also punch this on calculator. So f3 sine theta This time is 200. What is it? 200 sine 25 minus 100 sine 30. Sine 30, yes, sine 30 is half. What do we get? Something close to 100, right? Okay, something. So 34.52. 34.52. This is B. This is B. So what can we say? What can we say? You can say equation B divided by equation A, which implies that F3 sine theta over F3 cos theta uh, will be equals to 34.52 over 267.86. Of course, there's a negative there. So F3 cancels F3. I'll get tan theta. Tan theta will be equals to so you punch 34.52 divided by 267. Let's negate out before 86. You can bring the negative later. What do you get? If you do 34.5 divided by 267, you get 0.13. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. So minus 0.13 because of this minus here. So theta will be equal to tan inverse of minus 0.13. And what will theta be? That's the question. The question is, what will theta be? So how do we find that? Tan inverse of negative 0.13, and you get 7 minus 7.40 degrees, minus 7.40 degrees. Okay, so that's what you get. And as you know, angles cannot be negative. Angles cannot be negative, so you can ignore it. But for the sake of mathematical accuracies, we will bring the negative to show the quadrant the angle is in. That's all. To just show the quadrant the angle is in. So now we can put our theta here, which is a negative value, inside any of the equation A or B to find F3. So if we put for A, if we are using the A, it will be F3 equals minus 267.86 over cos, what was theta? Minus 7.4. So now let's go back to the calculator. Let's see what we get for F3. So minus 267.86 divided by, let me guess, divided by cos, in B2 to be F3 equals 34.52 over sine -7.4 because that's the angle for theta. So what did we get? We had -270.11 newtons. Then F3, F3 too, we are expecting the same answer, right? Yes, we are expecting the same answer. So 34.52 divided by sine -7.4 to get the same answer. To get the same answer. So we had -268, which is so close, 0.02 newtons. So it's more or less like some decimals which is causing the difference of two, but it's still tallies. So this is how you go about this question. That's how you go about this question. So later that you are done, you can draw what F3 will look like. So F3, we had the negative value, and the angle too we had was negative. So that's the solution for that problem. As simple as that. That's the solution for that problem. As simple as that. Yes, so I'll come your way again with this time 3D equilibrium, 3D equilibrium of particles. So till then, stay safe.